Mike Bot here. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing, test and little demo of this SUNLU Filament Dryer model Dryer S1. So these, for those of you that do 3D printing, you know how crucial it is to have your filament in the best and greatest condition, and any moisture can cause a lot of issues with your print. So basically with this little dryer here, it'll dehumidify the filament itself and give you better, higher quality prints, as well as fix your material for any issues or imperfections. Filament is known for absorbing a lot of moisture, hence why you need one of these dryers. So basically, there are tons and tons of different filament dryers out there. I went with the SUNLU just based off of reviews on Amazon and price point as well. This one's about $70 Canadian, and as far as reviews goes, this one probably has some of the better reviews compared to all the other ones available. This is compatible with the PETG material, TPU, ABS, and of course PLA. PETG I think is the worst one for moisture absorbing, but also normal filament as well, like PLA has issues with absorbing moisture. So I ran into this issue yesterday with my glow-in-the-dark filament. When I bend it, it snaps instantly, therefore meaning there's too much humidity in it. So that's why I went ahead and bought this. A lot of people use food dehydrators as well. Those work great, but unfortunately my food dehydrator does not fit the filament. And on top of all that, this one here also lets you basically keep the filament permanently in there and feed the spool into the printer itself. So it's kind of like an all-in-one compact design, which is great. There are a lot of people out there that try to modify these and add fans to them and all that. I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to test it the way it is. The recommendation is typically 3 hours to dry your filament. So I'm going to go ahead and put a filament in there once I do the unboxing, and basically I'll take it from there. I won't be able to give a full review on this, so look for basically my YouTube Shorts series, which I've started. I will probably be updating this periodically through the Shorts videos. So I'm going to go ahead and start the unboxing now. Before I do that, let's go to the back and see if there's any useful information. So basically it says it takes maximum working power is 48 watts, 1.8 amps, standby power is 0.05 watts, so fairly minimal if you're just keeping it plugged in. It'll still draw some power, but not much. The temperature of this device ranges from 35 degrees Celsius to 55 degrees Celsius, and humidity looks like it's going to keep your humidity level below 90%, which is good. It'll work with the 1.75 millimeter, I think the 2.85 and the 3 millimeter filaments as well. So it has the options. The only downside to this thing that I can see so far is that you can only do one spool at a time. So I'll start with the unboxing. Basically that's what's left in the box. So it looks like we have, just put the box down, your user guide, and some Teflon tube spares. And it also comes with a little warning here to prevent tangling. Please insert the tip of the filament into this card hole. Okay, so this is actually part of the device itself, so you gotta have to just pull the hole out there and feed your filament there to prevent tangling. So go ahead and start unwrapping the plastic here. So there it is, fairly straightforward. I'll take the little tab off. Looks like the power supply is fairly secured in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and look for something to cut the clamps here. I am filming beside my 3D printer, basically because all my filaments down here. There's the power supply. Looks like it's a standard power supply and adapter, so it'll be fairly easy to replace if something ever goes wrong with it. So, initial thoughts. Fairly lightweight. Looks like the heating element is underneath here. I got my dual camera shots going. Power goes in the back here. Got a little LCD screen with a couple options. And I just dropped something from inside here. Looks like a little plug of some sort. I assume that's probably the plug, yeah, the cover. This is where you feed the filament. So I'm gonna go ahead and look for a filament and place it in here. So just for the sake of this video, I'm not gonna use a full spool right now. I'm just gonna use one of my SUNLU PLA Pluses, which is almost completely finished. So reason for that, I just wanna see how it's gonna work. So it says to use this card here to prevent tangling for some reason. I don't know how that's gonna prevent tangling. Well, just so I don't lose the little plug, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the Teflon tube spare bag. So I'll just go ahead and feed that through right now. Yeah, that looks like it's exactly what it's for. So nice clean fit in there. And then I will use their little makeshift detangling device here. I've already lost the Teflon tube cover. That's it for there. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and plug it in. I will try to find a way to display the LCD screen with the limited space I have here. So what I'll do is I will put it inside my 3D printer case. All right, so I've placed this inside my 3D print case. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in now so we can all see together what it'll look like once I power it on. So that's plugged in. And the LCD screen goes on right away. It's got a bit of a backlight to it. And I'm gonna set it at 50. I'm gonna set it at the lowest, which is 40 degrees. So right now, it's turning on, doing its thing. It's at 17, working its way up to 40 degrees Celsius. Actually, I think I am gonna crank the heat on it a little more. Let's put it to 50. Okay, so I've gone ahead and set the temperature. Now I'm gonna see how to set the time on this thing. Probably involves pressing and holding to switch settings, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it for 3 hours. So it looks like the maximum time is 24 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and go for 3 hours here. So you press and hold one of the two buttons there to switch. I think it's the up arrow. Press and hold the up arrow and it'll shuffle through time and temperature. So I will bring the camera up. There's no real noise coming out of it, so I can probably see why people threw a fan in there, just to probably help circulate everything. It's already at 21 degrees Celsius and making its way up to 50 degrees. So that's basically it for this unboxing and small demo. I will do, I guess, more demos. Look for my YouTube shorts and basically just follow the YouTube shorts to see the various different demos of the filaments that I do. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. I pay for this stuff out of my pocket unless otherwise stated. It does get very costly, and basically by hitting subscribe is just your way of saying thank you, continue making videos, please, I appreciate it. Any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below, and I'm always happy to assist. It's what I like doing. Nobody pays me to do it, I just do it because I enjoy it. That's it for today. Thank you all for watching. MikeBot out.